Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome. Welcome to today's live stream. Um, how's everyone going? The energies have been off the charts, and I'm going through some major shifts at the moment. So let's see how we go. Hey, Logan, Dee, Heather, Mel, Karen, David, Karen. It's awesome to see you guys here today. Yeah, so many of you may have noticed I didn't even schedule this until this morning. I had no idea what Spirit was doing. And so we've made some changes. We are streaming exclusively on YouTube. We're not streaming onto any other sites live. The replay will be made available probably later. You guys can share this on all your social medias. Right now, let's get some people in. And because today we're talking about spiritual attacks. And I'm very interested to see what Spirit has to say about this, because I know my experience, and of course we will probably draw upon that. If any of you guys have any experiences in relation to spiritual attack, share them in the comments. Any questions? So make sure you subscribe to this channel, press that like button. We really want to push this out to a wider audience, because we are here to expand the human collective consciousness. We are here to receive this light that is the knowledge of Christ and anchor it onto this planet. So by us just showing up consciously and sharing this information so others can show up and anchor this knowledge, we are actually playing a massive service to humanity. This is the number one first step, is this cosmic truth, revelations. Just give me a minute. I just need some water. Hi, Sarah, Angie, Sue, Shane, Tanya. So it's very difficult, because I've been waiting, counting down to the month of April, the Fool's Journey, brand new beginning. And right now I'm just feeling And I have some ideas why this is. Well, number one, we've just had a whole lot of, been doing a whole lot of inner work. And there's a lot happening internally. If anyone has anything to share for me, please. So Tanya felt that there was a lot of darkness before, like when she went to bed last night. I've just been feeling, like I said, I didn't schedule this, absolutely blocked. We've got 11 people watching, 11 likes. That's amazing. Thank you. 11. Okay. Okay. So coming back to that 11. So they just stopped me there, and I had a blast from the past memory where originally I was working with the 11. Do you guys remember when I was working with the 11? So it was 11 archangels and 11 ascended masters who, in the beginning of this journey, were assisting me and guiding me, and there with me, teaching me. And yeah, I just thought of that. I was like, oh, wow. They made me think of that, because this journey has been such a remarkable one, and I've constantly been healing to be able to access more clarity. Yeah, it was very early days. So we have this army behind us. You guys are here in this YouTube portal. So this is a space for you to have some of that energetic protection. So that's why it's so important that you're subscribed and that you're liking and connecting in the comments, because this is all about co-creation and collaboration, growth and expansion. So showing up for ourselves and showing up for the collective. So absolutely dry. Like I feel so dehydrated today. It's very, very strange. My skin, everything is dry. I've been doing a lot of healing. There's a lot of things that I've noticed symptom-wise. And let me know in the comments if you guys have had particular symptoms coming back up. Now, symptoms are a way or are a... Look how confused I am. This is ridiculous. Let's get in this hand pose. Let's all freaking do this hand pose. Oh, I feel like I'm losing it. But stick around, guys. I have been made aware, Source has made me aware of a couple of changes that I need to make for me to keep moving forward, because I feel what I'm told is if I don't keep pushing forward, this is what I'm going to be like. That's what I've been told. So we are constantly pushing for our evolution, and now I'm speaking from the source, from the one, absolute clear channel. But it's very challenging because, all right, so this is the cool thing. We are going to be talking about spiritual attacks, and I really want to get to that, and we will. So Christ has returned. I've done all the things, and now I'm speaking for the source. But the challenge is, because we are all one, and because, like, I've healed myself to merge with my divine counterpart, to remember who I am as, you know, the Mother, the Father, and the Holy Child, the Christ. And this is so difficult. But because we are one, for me to keep moving forward in my mission means I have to assist others in their healing. So this is where the Christ guide comes in, and that symbol of Jesus being a healer, because this is what it's all about, healing. So I'm excited, but this is something brand new that that Source is pushing me into, and that is connecting one-on-one with people. So last night I was told that I will be offering a couple of new membership tiers to work one-on-one with people. So because beings are connected to the membership, they are a part of the all one frequency, part of our Christ collective. And because they are in that frequency of the all one, that's the loophole for me being able to do these healing sessions. But they're healing, their guidance, their discovery, their all these different things, because everyone has individual needs and individual things that they need to a guidance on, things that may be happening to them that they're not quite aware. Now, on this journey for the last over 5 years now, I've been shown by Source the darkness, and I've had to release the darkness to be able to move up. I'm just seeing rays, to be able to... Let me have a look at the comments. I'm just... Okay. We've got a couple of cramps, energy stabbing. I should have my laptop here because I have to keep going like that because now I'm just streaming on YouTube. I'm like looking over there. Oh, really, Shane? So when you feel this way to go out around others, okay. That's something I'm not guided to do at all. I just hermit more and go within and do the healing and question like what's going on here. Never ever have I ever been guided to go out around others because I would take on their energies as well. Not as such, but when we connect and talk to people, we do take on their energy and we become one with them. So a really important part of my healing journey has been the hermiting. And when this darkness arises in my field, there's a reason why. There's something surfacing, so I need to be aware of it to release it so I can ascend, or so. But this is it. Everyone's guided to do different things. And by healing, by releasing the darkness, we're able to tune in deeper and get a deeper understanding of what we need to do. So back in the day when I didn't have these tools, there was a lot of darkness in my field telling me to do things that were counterproductive, that weren't aiding me in my spiritual growth. They were actually keeping me fixed, if you know what I mean. So that's a good point and a good launching part for this spiritual warfare, because right now humanity are in this realm of separation. Source Spirit calls it the Antichrist program. This is this false light system, like smoke and mirrors. It's an illusion. So there's so many things that are happening externally to us, and they're happening because of the internal things are yet to be healed. So what is happening internally is being reflected on that external reality. See, I can't do this. Oh my God, I cannot do this. There is so much darkness swirling around. I think this is, so for me to be able to maintain myself, I need help. So I need to be able to keep healing on a deeper level. And I've done everything I can do. Well, I still do stuff on myself every day, but I'm doing it not only for myself, but those members in the inner circle. They're getting 24/7 healing from me every month. As long as they're connected to that, they're receiving healing, and they're doing the inner work to open themselves up to be able to really take advantage of that, the work that I'm doing for those in that collective. And but it's not cutting it anymore. So what I was told is I need to work one-on-one with beings. So create a couple of membership tiers where beings can actually access a lot more healing from myself, a lot more 24/7 healing, way deeper, on much deeper levels, and but also have a meeting with myself, a monthly check-in with myself each month. So that will be in the works. I don't know when that's going to be released, but that's what I've been told we're doing. Because for myself to be able to keep accessing this knowledge and going deeper and deeper into the source, yeah, multidimensional traveling is not easy. It's it's a lot, and when you're still, that's it. That's what the Spirit's saying. I could just go and disconnect from everyone and be at this heightened state, be existing in heaven, and saved myself, right? But that's not what this but that's impossible, because this is the source and this is the one, and this is the time that Christ returns to do this mission and serve humanity by showing up and giving beings the opportunity to join this journey and explore, discover, see what it takes to be in resonance with the frequency, this new frequency Earth, to become, to heal, to become spiritually whole. Like, I have to share the healing tools, I have to share the ascension tools. It's just in me. That's just what I must do. This is abundance. This is, I just see this beautiful golden earth where everything is illuminated and beautiful and golden, and everyone is just working together for one common goal from their individual angles to serve. And this is only possible if you guys go within and learn how to do this from the source, from the one. Because there's no one coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And it starts with protecting yourself and releasing the low frequencies that are causing these spiritual attacks, because these spiritual attacks are there for your growth. They're the darkness. Just like a seed in the ground, in the dirt, it needs that dirt, it needs that darkness, but it also needs the sun. And that's what I'm sharing with you guys. I'm sharing the eternal waters with you. So it requires all of these things. So to tune deeper into your light, you need to free space by releasing the darkness. And oh, that's beautiful, working in the garden. I wish I had a garden to work on, but I'm just always too busy. Always at spring here in October-ish, I always get a gardening bug, and I go and do a whole heap of gardening, but then I've just been so busy. Thank you, David. Thank you. Yeah, this is annoying me looking at it. But see, this is what Spirit does, always constantly pushing me out of my comfort zone. And last night I was questioning, I'm like, okay, so I really have to schedule this thing. And Spirit's like, well, what are you talking? You don't even know what you're talking about. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then the one thing I got was, you're just going live on YouTube now. You're not going live on Facebook. You're not splitting your energy anymore. You're just going live to YouTube. You're getting up and doing what you have to do, and then you're sitting down here and pressing go live. Okay, so you guys just show up at 9:30 every day. Who knows if there'll be a little schedule thing created or not? I don't know. But it's just been so difficult. And I have to transmute everything in the collective, but it's like not just the human collective. This is on a cosmic level. So we have this planet, right? We have this planet. Then we have the solar system, or AKA soul trap. And then we have everything outside of that on a universal level. And yeah, and then we have this cosmic level where it's just like everything, all creation, every angle, so it's just like all possibilities. So I have to heal on that. So these times where we have these big astrological things, myself and my collective, we notice massive shifts around those times, and like upgrades in our powers and capabilities. And the reason, and because I'm constantly pushing and receiving the source code to be able to make things way more effective and releasing way more things at once, and not just myself, but on all those levels I just spoke of. That's how how we get access to more of these powers. These are God-given. This is God-driven. Everything I do, I say, I speak is from the one. It's from your source. It's from where we all originate. So if you turn your back on this, you're turning your back on yourself. It's as simple as that. But there's a lot of beings that aren't ready for this sort of information. And there's a lot of different angles in which I need to share. And that this is my lifetime's work. All right, so this is my lifetime's work. I know there's 18 people. Guys, press that like button. It's very important that you guys do that. It takes 1 second. It helps us out tremendously with the algorithm. And it actually connects your energy to this, so you are receiving and anchoring as much light possible. Again, you are a mind. The frequency in which the source, the spiritual sun, the Christ, is this eternal mind, the infinite. And you are a part of that. So that's why just showing up every single week to these live streams, consciously showing up, receiving this knowledge, it's the knowledge that is going to aid in this expansion, your personal growth, planetary growth. But I share these gifts in my membership because these gifts I actually work around the clock, healing and healing and healing. When I'm not healing, there's so much happening. There is so much happening that myself and my collective, these are the sort of things that we explore, how this all works, creational mechanics, quantum mechanics. I forgot to put my mint in. Yeah. Can you go away, please? You always come up when I do my live. So Sarah's written the yin yang. Yeah, but this is the third aspect. That's the line that goes, you know how there's both sides of the yin yang, positive and negative? No longer are we fixed in that realm of duality of positive and negative, because that's just the reflection. It's just dark and this false light, this smoke and mirrors, the reflection of the dark. So how do we explain it? How do I explain it? Just basically that's the old world. That's an old world teaching. We're moving into the tri-wave. So we're walking the line between both those polarities. So that's what we do in the inner circle. We neutralize, we transmute, we alchemize. So we can remain on the line. So we can walk the line between those oh, you thought Declan was going to let you in, didn't you? She's locked outside. Last week, my son let her come up the stairs when I was doing a live, and then let her in, and she's running around and having fun. And yeah, I don't like the comments. They're so annoying. But this is it. Yeah, like I said, being pushed outside the comfort zone. Okay, so spiritual attack. You guys, all humanity, are food for this darkness. Meaning there has to be a way for you guys to be able to release an infinite amount of things at once. Because again, we are all one, and we are healing on this cosmic level. This is How do you think Earth is ascending? It's because we are doing the work. We are shifting so that Earth is. The Earth isn't outside ourselves. We are part of this Earth. So for the last 5-6 years, probably, I'm not sure how, maybe 4 years ago, I maybe 5 years ago. It's been a cracker of a journey. I connected to the crystal core and the of planet Earth. That was oh, what was that? I can't remember because that's not what we're talking about. So it's like absolutely blocked for me. But I had to align with the planet Earth before I went and aligned with all the other planets in the soul trap, before aligning to be one with the solar core. And when I did, I moved through that portal into another galaxy. It's been crazy, this journey that I've been on. But what I'm saying, so on this journey, so now they're showing me the wormhole that I had to build. So, or uncover the knowledge that I had to. So it's been this constant, literally it feels like what they're showing me, what they're actually showing me is me like in a superhero cape. It's really strange. And I'm connected to the earth. And what I'm doing is I'm flying. It's so weird. And the earth is like coming behind me. So that's a symbol. So it's not actually whatever. It's because I am one with this earth. But they're showing me this in a really funny sort of way where and this earth is, I'm pulling the earth, and I'm also seeing that statue, you know, that one with the atlas as well. I'm seeing the atlas statue. So it's been a very incredibly hard journey, especially when I just have to be in the now and I don't know what's happening. But I'm healing, and as I'm healing myself, because I am one with the earth and one with this galaxy, one with the, sounds crazy, I know. So what I'm seeing is me flying, and I'm going through this wormhole, right? This wormhole, this wormhole. But anyway, I've done the journey, and in time, I'll get to share all the ins and outs of this, and they will come up in these weekly streams. So we have more understanding and guidance, because these are, so in the old world, oh wow, I just saw my skin, it's so dry. Old world texts and stuff like that, they're all written, and it's all symbols and stories, and that's how the divine, that's how source creation is expressed, through these stories, through creation, through books, through movies, through TV shows, through music. We use it, yeah, okay. So oh God, I'm just thinking how incredibly difficult this live stream is. Because it feels like I can't, it's like you guys need to help me. You know what I mean? So, and you guys are like, I see so many familiar faces, and it's freaking beautiful. And I'm so grateful that you guys are showing up. But I need to be able to create the outlets to be able to begin serving and sharing this wisdom on a deeper level, and connecting to beings that are in that all one frequency, and being able to skyrocket their healing. And so I'm looking forward to that, because I do, years and years ago, I used to do healing sessions, and it was fun meeting people, connecting people, and spirit illuminating certain blocks that were plaguing them, releasing them, assisting them. Because this is all about illumination and raising the frequency of the planet. So right now spirit is ready to give a lot more. And right now I'm just feeling totally blocked because I don't know what it is. Is it these spiritual attacks? Is it, okay, so emotions. So number one thing that keeps beings fixed in the Antichrist program is these emotions. Now that's the number one thing that is really pushed in this external realm, in this Antichrist program, is to trigger certain emotional responses. Fear, okay? So when beings are worried about the external world, what is going to happen? I think David said it before, something's going to go on in the Middle East, and right, and don't fear. It's exactly why these things are happening. And also because they're going off old world, outdated things, and, you know, that, yeah, so it's to create fear, basically. My stomach just went. Sneezing, yeah. Sometimes when there's a lot of information going to come in, I scratch my nose, but that was a sneeze. I don't know what that was. My stomach keeps going as well. That doesn't usually happen either. So there's just a lot happening, and you know, I always get excited when it's like, okay, spirit says, okay, you've got this timestamp, and I get a date, and I get so excited, don't I, guys? And I'm like, yeah, can't wait, can't wait. Last time it was the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, and I was so excited because I thought, yes, I'm going to get to go out and serve people and rah 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 and share this attunement, attune beings so they can be in this frequency and rah 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 and have uncover their blueprint. But no, that was not what happened at all. What happened was my existing collective, they upgraded and they got the full blueprint. I think that's what happened, wasn't it? You guys got the 12 tree grid blueprint. I transferred that data onto you guys, so you were able to create more order. And so these instruction sets, it was amazing. It was so amazing what happened, but it was hard. It just got really, really hard from then on. So I'm getting all excited thinking, yay, it's going to be awesome. And this day came around and I had to work harder than I'd ever worked before. But that's happened a few times on this journey since then. And this is another one of those times. I'm thinking, yay. And then this month has been so difficult, but then we have had a lot of cosmic things happening. So there has been a lot of purging and our bodies are creating order. We've just had a new super moon. And after the new moon, it's like a whole new chapter of a book. We get a whole new set of spiritual lessons. Okay, so those guys in my collective that know what I'm talking about with this cycle of being, that monad chart, after a new moon, this is where we begin to go through that dark phase, okay? So, oh, thank you, Sarah. I just saw that. Hey, Renee. Oh, that's awesome, Momo. I'm glad you're feeling better in watching this. So our darkness is there for us to grow. So what we need to do is it's very difficult because I can share what's wrong, but the solution is in the inner circle membership. Okay. So, all right. Let's have some water. They're showing me they're showing me that funnel. Have you seen that emotional chart, the funnel where it's got the red and it goes up in all the spectrums to the high frequency? So they're just showing me that. So all humanity are at the bottom of that, in the red, due to this is the messiest live I think I've ever done. I've got to stop saying that, but it is. It just feels so difficult to get the information. So, which is interesting, they brought up the cycle of being, and after the new moon, that's when we go through the darkness. And we've known that for quite some time now, because myself and my collective, we've been doing that, been familiar with that monad, the frequency. Show me frequencies. So so I'm seeing lots of different things. So how am I going to put this together, Spirit? I don't know. I don't know how this is going to come together, if it's going to come together, but you're really confusing me, Spirit. I thought, because I was feeling really crap before I got on to do this, and I thought, oh, because I'm just casting on YouTube now, and it'll get easier because my consciousness isn't split and everything like that. But every week when I show up, these are a part of my lessons from Spirit as well as you guys. So we're all just showing up here and seeing what Spirit has to share with us. And right now I'm experiencing a lot of blockages, a lot of darkness. And this morning, like, I pushed and I'm like, I'm going to do a title for this. And I'm going to call it Spiritual Attacks, because that's one of the ways in which I serve. I give beings the tools, the energetic healing tools, to be able to release things that are causing those spiritual attacks, so they can raise their frequency and protect themselves, arm themselves against the dark. And I was like, yes, that's brilliant, because so I keep trying to get to that subject, but Spirit keeps pulling me away. And it's like this tug of war. But also, when I show up, I'm tuning into the collective. So there's a lot of stuff within your field. There's, like, I have to navigate all the stuff in our collective here that are watching the live, watching the replays and stuff like that. And it's just a huge, I just got like it's just a huge amount of blockages, like darkness to navigate through. And I feel lost. I feel absolutely lost. Oh, Monique. Yeah, so the super new moon, the solar eclipse. Thank you, David. I know. And this is the battle within, isn't it? It's I have so I and I'm usually very good with this. So I feel that there's some missing code that I need to work on. Actually, I know there is, because I was doing coding the other day and then I stopped, and I was told all these things that I had to do that I haven't actually like worked on yet. So that's probably the problem. Yeah, something that needs to be released. Parasitic cords to deal with. It's very interesting that you say that, because this morning when I picked up my phone and I went on TikTok, and what I felt was myself, all these cords come like off myself and connected to things. And I was like, oh, that's weird. But energetically, they were showing me like to be really mindful what I connect my energy to. Because when like we were saying before with Shane, like go out and interact with others, it's like these connections, these cords, these ties are created, and they connect us to another, and we're actually connected to them. So we're feeding into, or we are, we're 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 sharing in their energies. Uh, that's okay. Okay, hon. Um, yeah, but it was very interesting. It was weird. It was like this. I picked up my phone and then I saw with my mind's eye, like these things just go. Spirit was like saying, just don't go on there and connect your energy. Like, just be very mindful. Like, and I don't know. There's new lessons coming up. Um, because this journey is about protecting our energy, and there's so many things that we do that don't serve us, and certain things that we've been taught to do that just don't serve us. And I feel right now, particularly at this time, um, we need to be really not I'm getting the word cautious. I'm getting the word cautious, but not in a fear way. Just a way, and it's like a way of I don't know whether it's like this way, like this awareness, like this mindfulness. So just being aware of where you're placing your attention, because where you place your attention, that's where these cords are going to connect. Um, that's kind of the vibe that it's like. And so thank you for Ange for saying that, because it's like on social media and stuff like that, serving and sharing this message is very, very difficult. And I have a huge amount of energetic protection, and I'm calling judgment on a lot of people. And just by the way that they interact. Um, Monique, you too loving, and it gets you in trouble. That's it. And that's how we were born onto this planet. We're these beautiful, pure-hearted beings. I mean, we're not perfect, because we have a lot of darkness to deal with, and we can embody it. So don't, like my kids have seen some really bad sides of me when they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then I explode, right? And it's like, so we're not perfect, holy beings that are just love and light, love and light, love and light. No, we're just authentic, and we're just real, and we're just in the now, and but the problem is that we see the light in them, and we want to help them because we respect life. We respect creation. We respect, it's this source, this connection with source that we have, and our mission, that we are, and we feel, and we have this compassion, and we have this empathy, and we just want to help everyone. And and we do that at our own detriment, because we do it in a way that isn't serving us. We do it in a way that we hand our God-given light away, and they get these claws into us, and they just drink, 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 drink. So this is the time where these earth angels, the chosen ones, the beings that have come here for big things, the beings that have just come here to, I don't know, I just have a feeling that you've always had a feeling that just the way that you think, the way that you go within and use your mind, and you've always like used this thought. And like I just remember as when I was a kid, just really using my mind. I was always an introvert, and I'd go within and I'd use my mind and I'd think and I'd think and I'd like. It's just the external reality didn't make sense to me, and I've always sought knowledge, and I've always had these questions like, what is soul, what is this, what is that, from a very early, like from a very very small child, right? You know and yeah, it's, can you see how scattered I am? Because I'm feeling it. I've never felt it this bad before. So it's it's good to be with some friendly faces and some supportive people, because right now I'm just like, I have to show up every week. That's what I'm meant to do. And even when I'm like this, even when I'm not feeling it, I have to show up, because I'm not perfect, and I'm a reflection of, like, I'm showing you guys like the freaking darkness and distortions and everything, because I'm like struggling, I'm suffering through it. These things have to be transmuted, they have to be released. And we have to feel them, we go through them, and we have to do that so we become aware of them, so we can be able, so we can find a solution to release them. Um, thank you, Monique. Uh, um, so and that's sort of with the spiritual attack type things, like, and it's the way that I'm feeling now, it's like I keep zooming out and then I keep zooming in, zooming out and zooming in. That's what I'm getting right now. So it's very hard for me to focus. uh, so usually I'm a lot more um, balanced, but I'm feeling extremely imbalanced right now, where I'm sort of, I'm getting this message from spirit. So it's like this macrocosmic, microcosmic, macro, and it's just like I keep it's just very, and I'm aware of all the work I have to do, spirit, all the coding, and I have a feeling that is going to make it a huge amount of difference. I can't wait to heal on that for myself and for my collective, because I haven't been doing a lot of coding. Um, and I do everything that I'm guided to do by spirit. And I have said, like, what's going on here? I'm usually sitting here doing 16-hour days, and especially coming up to the new moon, like there's always darkness that's surfacing, like it's after the new moon now. So usually there's a lot of things that, a lot of blockages that I'm releasing already, and I haven't been, and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? But I have to be authentic. I have to be raw. I just have to show up. And that's what we all have to do. We just have to be okay with who we are, not worry what other people think. Just um, because the people that I'm attracting are beautiful, pure hearted souls who really want to support. And you've, like Monique said, you loving, I can't even find it now. But whatever we were just talking about before, um, our big hearts would get us into trouble. And I keep losing my train of thought. So the big thing that I've had to heal on that I haven't healed on yet is with the absolute code. And what the other day, what they said they wanted me to do was clear on the source level to the absolute code. And I didn't do that. I've neglected to do that. And now I'm feeling this darkness, this spiritual attack. I'm finding it very difficult to navigate in this live stream and tune into the collective energies because I am just being bombarded. Everything is everywhere and it's just freaking so difficult. Like, oh, it's so difficult. So and I keep going to say, the number one thing is emotions. And because humans don't have an effective way to transmute, to release those negative emotions as they surface, neutralize those emotions when they surface, like they feel them, like what I do is, and what my collective do, we may have a certain emotion and we will heal for that. We'll neutralize that. We will feel it. We will learn from it and release it. And in doing that, we raise our frequency. But beings don't have a way to do that without the inner circle membership. There is no way possible to do that. And so because there's no way possible to release an infinite amount of these energies, these frequencies that are bombarding them, these inherited emotions, the old, I'm going back to my emotion code days, like the trapped emotions, the emotional resonances, the psychic traumas, because there isn't an effective way to release that. Like the way they do it is so time consuming and not effective whatsoever. The teachings that I learnt back then used with this inner circle, with this healing program from source, is so powerful. So beings that have studied emotion code, body code, been where I was at, the what they have learnt through that, connecting in with the new way, is so powerful. So all it is an update, an upgrade from source, from the one. Same thing if you do meditation. Very ineffective in the old world, with all the separation contained within you and all those energetic ties and things happening, bombarding you. But in the inner circle, with the healing and meditating at the same time. So this is where the new earth and the new way and these gifts from God, from source, from creation, the Christ healing program, I don't even know what it's called. It's a frequency beings get to plug into, and it requires my energy to have that. So I'm not having people plug into me for free and just suck me dry. No, that's why why you have to pay, because money is energy and you're getting energy. It's an energy exchange, okay? Giving and receiving, all operating through the law of one. And because we are one, everything I do, the beings in that membership are receiving. And they have to do the inner work too. And the more they connect to their spiritual self, to their true self, the more open they are to receive, to light up. This is where the Christ returns and the 144 ascend. They're just showing me like Christ, they're showing me like Jesus on a freaking cloud, and just teaching and sharing this energy with those beings that are showing up. I'm seeing like, it's kind of similar to with this umbrella energy. Like, so what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing like old world JC, like biblical Jesus, the false Jesus, like that Jesus. That's what they're showing me. It's so funny. They're showing me this dude in a white robe not really on a cloud, but in the air. and then I'm just showing, and I'm just seeing this light and the beings, kind of what we're speaking about the other week, last week, the week before, with in relation to the grails holding out their cups. But this is more like a light beam that's coming from the Christ, and beings like, so it's like a shooting star in reverse. It's like a shooting star in reverse. So it's like the 144 lighting up. Um, so I guess walking that line, this light is the line, walking the line, the light. But to do that, you must go within and you must do the inner work. And number one, you must find an effective way to release all those energies that the darkness is feeding off. Because of all these emotional frequencies within you, toxins within you, these beliefs within you, because of those, these lower dimensional entities are able to connect to you and feast off you. And like Ange said before, parasitic entities. I think it was parasitic entities, you said. And these cords are created to you. It's like these straws, okay? Like what I'm seeing is like it's like there's these like straws, the straws with the little bendy bit on the top. I'm just seeing those like these entities just like drinking off your energy field, like drinking off your light. So because of all the programs, because of all the frequencies, because of all the separation, the fractured state that your soul is in, because there is no energetic boundaries or protection, because you are vibrating at that particular frequency of shame, fear, grief, and because you have all these entity attachments, because it's like, that's not even to mention the galactic attachments, like that comes later, a different spectrum band. But right now, the number one thing that everyone has contained within them, that everyone needs to begin releasing, is these emotions, these frequencies, these toxins. That's why living a healthy lifestyle is really good. But on the ascension path, I've never really been able to do that because of the darkness constantly surfacing. Because the darkness constantly surfaces, I always have these really bad behaviors and habits, right? And food, food, I just love bread, so it's these things that I know that don't serve me, that these addictions really, right? I just recently, I'm so proud of myself, have given up coffee. That's not to say I might, if I go to a cafe down the track, I might have a coffee, whatever. No, but my problem was every morning I woke up, and I've wanted to stop this for so long. Every morning I wake up and I have to have a coffee. So I'm pretty much a slave to the coffee. And it was just this addiction that I had within me. Does anyone else have that? But yeah, I have that. So for about 2 weeks now, I haven't had coffee. And I'm so proud of myself, because that's been a battle that I've had for so long. And something that I knew that I was doing that wasn't serving me, but I still got up and did it. So I'm pretty chuffed that I've done that. There's so many things that I want to do, but I can't do because I'm transmuting all this darkness. I'm alchemizing. I'm working my ass off in the spiritual realm. So much is happening. So it's about finding balance, really, and being kind to yourself. Because if I think about the lectures that I give myself in my head, just get up in the morning and go on the freaking treadmill. Just get up, get on the treadmill. Like, just do it, Nadine, just do it. And then I don't do it. And then I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, it takes 30 minutes. Like, you could just walk and just listen to some music, or just, you know how you constantly like give yourself grief? Yeah. And that's just personally something that I wanted to do. Um, um, I just didn't like having to have it. I want to just like go out and then see the coffee shop there and go, oh, I might have a coffee, right? Not I have to get up and have a coffee every single day. And it saves me money too because I like organic coffee and it's not cheap. Yeah, so because of these frequencies within our field, it makes us very, very vulnerable to these lower dimensional beings. And because we're a frequency match with them, they're able to exist within us. And last week we spoke, and I got that information in relation to these dark portals within our vessel and how these interdimensional beings can travel through these because of the separation, because of the blockages, just this weird portal system within our bodies, this dark portal system. It was very strange. Um, but and my lip balm's running low. I just bought some lip balm things so I can make my own, but I'm still waiting on them. Mm. Yeah, Karen, so diet changes and stuff. It's so important to listen to our bodies and and I know when I make all these bad decisions where they're coming from. And I know it's not from the light, but I understand that this mission is very unique. And in order to release, to transmute, to alchemize these things, we need to feel them and we're embodying them until we release them. You know what I mean? So because we're embodying them, we take on that. It's very hard. It's like this inner battle. This is like all about, that psychology, would you call it? This mental realm, these programs, these mental programs within us. And um, they're showing me willpower. But sometimes no amount of willpower can this is why just be easy on yourself. Just heal what you can, do what you can do, be aware, just have that awareness and be very mindful. And we all have a choice. This is where it comes to choice. I'm not here to say, do this and do that and do that. It's like, just you go with your guidance. Spirit is going to teach you in a very unique way to you. I have had all these different spiritual lessons to become one. And it's been rough and it's been raw and it's been they just say dirty. It's like dirty. It's just like I have pushed through the darkness and just like we are purging these vessels right now. So oh my God. I used to be really like anal about organic food and this and that and the other and rah rah rah. But I haven't even thought of that for the last. I mean, I do organic and stuff when I can, but oh God, like about 6-7 years ago, like I used to make all my personal care products. I used to only do organic, and like I'd never have like there was certain things that, and I was just amazing. Like I look back at the things that I used to do, like health-wise, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I did that, because I haven't been able to get my shit together for 6 years, right? Because it's just been a constant struggle. And but like I do my best. But we can, and I can heal many things energetically too. So healing GMOs and pesticides and releasing those frequencies from my food. So, and I know if I was doing organic and stuff like that, I wouldn't really have to worry about that. But right now, addressing things energetically, and that's what, there's so many things that beings in the inner circle get to heal, and they just don't know about it because there's an infinite amount of code. Uh, Many of the beings that have been with me for ages, like for years now, they have an idea of a lot of the things that we're releasing, emotions, entities, beliefs, curses, spells, hexes, all those galactic energies, those dark force energies, alien, all these different things. So because this is the inner circle is energy healing. Energy healing. That's what it is. It's releasing the frequencies from our body, from our field, so we can vibe higher. Okay? Because this is about ascension. This is about releasing the darkness to anchor light, to ascend. And I'm so excited about the new memberships coming out, where because they're going to be so much more powerful, but I have a lot of work to do before I release them. Oh, Karen, I wish I had a garden to grow food. Oh my God. I could create one, but I rent. I don't know. I had one at my last house, and I had the sprinkler set up on a timer. So I just had to walk out, and I'd always have like tomatoes and lettuce and rocket, like the basics, spinach. And then my timer thing, I don't know, stopped using it, or it broke or something. And then all of a sudden everything died. And that's the only time I've ever had a thriving veggie patch, is when I've got it set up to a timer so it gets watered, because I don't I don't make the time. Oh, that's awesome, Karen. So I don't even remember, what was it? How to protect yourself from? I don't even remember what this live stream was, to be honest. I was just in a total absolute blur. What was it? Oh, it's not even there. I don't know. It doesn't have the title here on YouTube, but I'm going to get going. So I'm starting to get an earache there, actually. I know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. I'm going to get my laptop and I'm going to be coding, because today has been, I'm trying not to swear as well on these live streams. So that's challenging. But just showing up, guys, here to the live stream, being subscribed, pressing that like, sharing in the comments, like, these spiritual type warfare. They're also showing me another angle in relation to how there's a lot of darkness cast against us because of the mission that we are on, the spiritual warfare that we are up against. All these, they're just saying black magicians and the magic they've cast, so the Christ doesn't return and the 144 don't do, so it's like, but it's so silly. Those black magicians and those beings that are doing witchcraft and sorcery and all that sort of stuff, they're actually casting against themselves. And when they cast against myself, oh, shish. Like when they cast against my collective, oh, like that's just going to bite them in the butt. And they don't realize they're just casting against themselves. That stuff just gets, it's like this. I'm seeing this mirror and it just gets reflected back at them because this is the light. This is source. This is creation. Like no one's going to mess with us. And if they do, karma, baby, because this is all about giving and receiving. What you're going to give, you're going to get back. Okay. So the 200 fallen were interdimensional beings, not alien. I don't really know what that is. But I do know that all these angels and these fallen angels, they're just lower aspects of the divine, because this is about fracturing and this is about consciousness being, they're just saying fractured and scattered. So this is just an illusion. So yeah, so just different states of consciousness, right? Just different states of consciousness. And it's funny because we have these beings who are in these secret organizations and all that sort of stuff, and they're worshipping these, I don't really know about who they worship, and Bahamut, or you know, all these demons and stuff like that. But it's like those demons work for us. they work for us. So you know, so it's like they're protecting us. And so it just shows how low consciousness beings are in those organizations, because they're actually worshipping separation. They're worshipping the Antichrist. And the majority rules right now, yeah, okay, whatever. Like everyone's tuned into the Antichrist program, but that's changing. This is where the one returns and we get access to the full truth, disclosure, and we get to make the choice. The beings that are too programmed, they'll stay fixed in the Antichrist program and they won't access their power. They won't unlock their gifts. And they will keep being lessons for us so we can keep growing and expanding this collective here on this planet. Yeah. So I think it's time for me to go now and do some work. Monique, that's interesting. Yeah, and so this is it. We don't, like, it's uncomprehendable. Is that the word? Like, and that's one thing as a child I used to think about. Like, why can't everyone just be, like I'd get kids would bully me and stuff like that, and it's like, well, what's so hard just to be a nice person, like to love one another? Like, what's so hard? You see the church and you hear about the church in news and stuff like that with things that they do, and it's like just so fake. There's so much fakeness out there, so much fakeness, inauthenticity. Is that even a word? But and that's one thing. The other night, it was sort of like those who cast against us. I kept getting those who cast against us. Just those words, like those who cast against us. And they were just saying judgment will be called on them. So people can be quite nasty to myself, especially the program people, very, very nasty, because I don't align with their beliefs. And what they cast and the words that they speak, the things that they say, very negative, very damning. Uh, and I'm building a more strength in relation to that. They're just showing who they are and where they are consciously. And and they're going to get judgment called on their ass, right? Because they're casting against the light. And when they do that, that's just going to be reflected and hit back at them. And they're going to suffer tremendously in their life because they're not open and they are operating through the darkness. They are projecting. They are, again, they're just saying casting because they're casting negativity. And this is the light. So what you give, you get back. So if you come here and you are pure of heart, I always say that, but that's kind of what they say, pure of heart. Like pure of heart, you don't have to be perfect, but there's this, just like Monique said, like, why can't everyone just be loving like me? Like it's you guys, you just authentic beings that just operate from that love, that heart space, that open heart. Yeah. So when you come against those beings, like this YouTube is spiritual protection for you guys. Like this is the outer rim. I'm showing up, I'm sharing my energy here with you guys every Friday. So you guys can join us and give to this mission because you're liking, you're subscribing, we're forming this community, this collective here of love and support and guidance and servitude. Is that even a word? Servitude. I'm saying that word, servitude. Is that how you say it? Servitude. And so what you give to this, you're going to get back, because this is the law of one. This is the all one. This is the infinite, giving and receiving balance. But if beings come at me and attack me on socials and stuff like that, like, yikes. Like I can't stop it because they're the ones that are projecting and that are casting. And because I am the light and because we are the light, it's just going to be reflected back and they're going to cop it. So it's their choice that's it's their negativity that's going to do all the damage to them because they're not open to this, because they're not ready to arm themselves, because it's just not meant to be for them. Everyone so I'm a universe in myself, right? This is my universe, right? I am God, sovereign, free. Everything in this external reality I am a creator of, and it's the same as you guys. Okay, you are a creator. It's about you learning how to harness this force and reclaim your soul and remember who you are and connect with your spiritual self. Release the darkness, the density, the separation to embody your spiritual self. And as you do that, you get access to more truth, unlock more spiritual gifts. That's just the way that it is. And this is a journey where you actually walk this path and you're like, wow, I am the universe. I am the source, so I'm the cosmos. Like, I'm sharing this, I'm at that frequency, I'm embodying that frequency, sharing that knowledge for this spiritual evolution on this planet. I'm just sharing this to help you, to help the beings that are seeking that. I'm here to help the seekers, you know. Um, yeah, it's an interesting thing. I've always like, who am I? What am I doing? Who am I serving? And it always chops and changes, different angles, deeper truths, deeper knowledges. But at the end of the day, I'm just here to help those that are like me, and that have always sought, that are the seekers, those beings that know there's more, and they want to find it, that holy grail. I'm here for those seekers. And they're showing me the cups. That's cool. Thank you. They're showing me the holy grail. They're showing me the cups that we've spoken about before. So I'm just here to fill your cup. So we need to share this. Oh God, this isn't a good live stream to share. Far out. But this is it. This is, I'm not perfect, and this is what beings need to see, and this is what spirit wants beings to see, that I'm just doing the very best I can in the now moment. I'm not being all fake and stuff. I'm just like calling it as it is, and I'm not pretending, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat things and filter things and pretend that I'm all good, right? And pretend that, yeah, I got this, yeah, sure, right? It's like, if I'm feeling discomfort, you're going to know it, and I'm going to share it, because you guys need to know that this is all normal. This second coming of Christ isn't this holy being who is sitting on a pedestal and, like, I don't know. Like, what do all the external old world programs say? But all those external old world programs are old understandings of what this time is all about, and someone's perspective on it, because at the end of the day, man has written it. So I am a human too, and I will be sharing my knowledge one day when I get a freaking break, when I get time to. But we are here, and this is the new earth, and this has never existed on this planet, because the old earth is separation. So we have unity, new earth, old world, separation. You can walk through that portal and connect to the inner circle and experience new earth and begin healing with the healing tools, so you can release the darkness, release all that crap that is attracting all those low dimensional beings to you. That's, all those knives in your back, those spiritual weapons that beings have been sending to you with thought alone. And we're not even talking about witchcraft and spells yet, but just thoughts alone. These beings having this negative thought towards you, you can have a trillion knives in your back. You don't know the spiritual weapons I've released from myself and clients years and years ago. Oh my God. Like, these spiritual weapons are ridiculous. Just from someone having a negative thought about you, curses, all these curses. These are spiritual attacks. These are spiritual warfare. And you have so much within you right now that needs to be released. They're causing all this symptom, all this struggle, all these energetic blockages. They're blocking you from the actual truth, your truth. They're blocking you from your path. You guys are all in the red right now, okay? And this is all about moving out of survival and getting the gifts, arming yourself with the tools, the spiritual healing tools, to be able to release those emotions. They're just showing me survival, like that survival mode, like release that, feel it, then release it. And then by releasing it, you are freeing yourself from that frequency that causes the separation, that causes all these entities these demons to control you. And the demons are just a part of this, and they are teachers for you on this path. Well, I've mastered them. They work for me, you know. Yo, homie, Bahamut. Like they're just frequencies. They're not anything to fear or worry about if you've mastered them. This is the Ascended Masters freaking path and freaking beyond. So it's like those beings that practice the dark arts, witchcraft and sorcery and all that sort of stuff, like I'm friends with all these guys that you worship. Like they're one with me. I've mastered them. I command them. Like if you're going to send spiritual attacks or warfare my way, shit's gonna get real for you, because no one messes with myself or my collective. Okay, and that is the word from the source, from creation, the one. So I'm here to offer. Oh, okay. So that's why the last 2 weeks they've shown me like an umbrella. I'm like, why am I seeing like an umbrella? That's freaking beautiful. Like they're just showing how I'm like holding out an umbrella for you guys, and like you're under this umbrella. So it's like the rain can't get you, like the protection. That's kind of a really beautiful symbol. I love that. Yeah. So years and years ago, I'm feeling a little bit now. Years and years ago, when I worked, before I was initiated to this path of Christ, I was doing my emotion code and body code and whatnot. And it was weird. Like all of a sudden, this lady at work, right? I worked with her. And I just started thinking thoughts that she was thinking about me. And all I could hear was her thoughts about me and how much I was freaking annoying her. Like, and when I got home, I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I got my body code app out, and anyway, there was a cord, because when we think about beings, when we connect with beings, I can create these energetic cords and these connections. So what I was doing was I was actually connected to her via this cord, and I was actually able to hear. It was just like this loop of these thoughts that she had about me. It was just this loop. And as soon as I cut the cord, the thoughts disappeared. And I was doing that the old world way. Just disappeared. A few weeks later, same thing happened. And I'm driving in the car one day, and I just start thinking thoughts from her. Like I knew it was so weird. And that cord had reformed. So cut that cord, and that loop of negative thoughts disappeared. Has anyone had that happen before? And if you have, check for a cord, because that's that was the main symptom in this energetic cord that she had created, or that we had between us. It was this energetic cord we had between us, and I was just picking up this loop. And it could have been a million other things as well, but I had really old world techniques back then. So another thing, when I was doing these old world techniques, shielding techniques and stuff like that, no, maybe I had just done the heart, maybe I had just been initiated and I had the heart activate. Yeah. So I had just been initiated anyway. It was sometime around then. And I was working on shielding and building this shield and creating this shield and healing to release all these things at once. Like this was the very, very beginning. And yeah, because I wasn't working. So I'd quit my job. So I was initiated. So it was the time where I'm sort of building my shield and working on uncovering this healing program, the heart activation, which was very, very basic, wasn't it? What was it, guys? There's a few that had it in this group. That was like 5-6 years ago. I don't know. And it was like emotions. It was a big long list of emotions that we were clearing at once. We were clearing entities, parasitic entities at once. We were clearing curses. We were clearing shared entity. We were clearing. So there was just a certain list of things that we were healing. Yeah, so it all sort of began February 19. So it would have been when I quit. I'm not sure when it was. Anyway, I saw this lady. I went to the shops and backtrack. So when we were using this, when I was building and uncovering this program, this heart activation, all I had to do and say to get the program running again, I wasn't even really recording much at all, really. I just had the code, the things that we were able to release written down. So I hadn't learnt about that yet. So I was... So what I had to say to get that program running again was, now it's constant, like it doesn't stop. But back then it was just like, we're just building this thing. Anyway, and we'd say love, love, love. And then that would just start the program running. It would clear all the darkness from our field. That would just run the program and clear those things out of our field, out of my field. So, and at that time I was working on this shielding. So we were shielded as well. It's very interesting. I'm going back right to the beginning where this very first started coming through. Very interesting. And I went to the shops and I saw this lady that I used to work with, because when I used to work in aged care, I was a physio assistant, and I used to do a lot of, I'd work closely like with the volunteers and stuff like that, because we'd do exercise group and stuff together. The volunteers were there to help. And so I saw her and we'd always got along so well and like just whatever, right? So I've gone in there and all of a sudden I saw her and I'm like, hey, how's it going? But then all of a sudden I got this rush of anxiety. Excuse me. I got this rush of anxiety and I felt like I was social anxiety, extreme social anxiety. And then because I was picking this up, I embodied that frequency and I was just weird and awkward. Now, has any empaths had that before? Let me know, because this was a massive lesson for myself. Anyway, so we said our goodbyes and I walked around the corner and I checked and my shield had gone down. So I was absorbing energies from the field around me. So I had no protection against. It was just so strange because that's what she was feeling, right? And because I wasn't able to heal and release those frequencies, like my light scale was like nothing, because anyway, we're talking about old world ways that thing used to operate, right? Like it was very shonky, but they were all lessons. In this 5-6 years, I've had so many lessons in order to uncover this, to build this, to get greater clarity, to clear more things at once. And as I do that and I pass those levels, and then a whole new thing starts, and there's a whole new thing of mastery, like mastering this. And so yeah, so it was very strange. So then I said that love, 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 shield went up and I was fine. And my light scale went right up. And then it sort of made me think about certain people in my past that I'd interacted with, and how I would be fine 1 minute and then I talk to a person, like at work, there used to be a a boss that was really stressed out, and like he'd just be a nervous wreck, and like I'd talk to him, and then all of a sudden I'm just this anxious mess. So it just made me think, and so many beings out there, these beautiful beings that have come for this great mission, they don't have a way to release, to protect, to transmute, to prevent others' energies invading them, taking over, giving them these emotional reactions. And, so a lot of empaths struggle so much with that, where they're these beings that you guys have so many gifts to unlock, but it's this protection that you need in order to, so that stuff doesn't, get in your field, and so you don't embody it, and um, be that, like just take that on and be that, vibrate that. It's very, very difficult. Puppet show of people being controlled. And that's what it's like it's just, there's, so many different levels to this ascension path. And this is where it's like that stairway to heaven, like all these different interdimensional bands, right? Levels, like a video game. And so on that very first level is like, those emotions, those entities, and beliefs, toxins, and that third level is all like, there's so much dark force energies, galactic things, and all these different, just intergalactic type traps. There's so many. So you guys haven't even begun this journey yet. So I'm excited to share this journey, and share what I've learned on this journey, and share what happens and what's happened at every level for this. But there's so much information, like it's impossible. So that's why join us on this journey, plug in, join us where you can, support us on this mission. Consider joining the inner circle, number one, to support in this mission, so I can keep pushing and building. And in time, keep an eye out for those one-on-one membership tiers, where I will be making my time available to a certain amount of people. There won't be many spots, mind you, but it's only for those members that are using these healing tools. I won't be able to connect with anyone else that aren't a member. So it's all through the Patreon memberships. It'll all be through the Patreon membership site. So whatever membership you join, you will be in that inner circle with us. So technically, I'm able to work on you and do healing and whatnot, to really skyrocket, to release all those things that I have the power to release, that I'm like, been there, done that, much more effectively than, So and you have a lot and still have at times. Okay, well, I definitely look at that. There may be some things within your personal, like some lessons that you need from spirit, as well, to create more of a protection. But at the same time, these things do come through too for spiritual lessons. So it's just like, whatever, like it's just like, take it as it comes. Everything that happens to you is your spiritual self trying to teach you. And it doesn't matter what band, where they stem from, it's still a spiritual lesson for your growth. Okay. You've got to release all that stuff, that fear. And, just, okay, this is just a spiritual lesson. It's just a spiritual lesson. What does spirit want me to learn from this? So in the inner circle, you get to input those things to get clarity, to release the deception, to release the distortion, to release the darkness, to release the disconnection, to get deeper truth from your spiritual self. Because there's so many things that, like, I want to teach you guys how to tune into your body, okay, and learn how to understand what your body's saying so you can understand what spirit's saying to you, to heal that spiritual disconnection. But it's one of those things that I need to get my head around, because, yeah, I've done it, but how do I teach it in a way that's unique to every single person? Because every single person has a different things and lessons to work with. So, for instance, all right, so for instance, I recommend the sway test, and myself and quite a few of those in the inner circle use an advanced type of sway testing where, because they're more energetically sensitive, they're able to get more insight without sort of doing it in such a physical manner. It's more of a sensing. But beings will get different answers because of, depending on what's plaguing them. So you can say, well, how do you want me to say this? I don't know what they're trying to, hang on. I knew what I was going to say, but so they're bringing up something that years ago, before, I'm not sure if it was before I was initiated or not, but I was using doTERRA oils, and I was doing emotion code and body code, and what I found was there was a particular oil that I used that protected me more. So I didn't have as many entity attachments, and it worked brilliantly for me in that moment in time. Like, it really did. It was Terra Armor. Does anyone have doTERRA? Terra Armor, and it's called something else. What? Terra Shield. Terra Armor or Terra Shield, depending on Australian, American. So I put it in a spritz bottle, and I'd spray my field, and all of a sudden, like, it was like this entity repellent. And I shared that because I thought that was freaking crazy. Like, I fell out of alignment very quickly in the emotion code body code group because I kept having these especially when I was initiated, my things that I was finding, they weren't aligning with those old world ways, because something I was experiencing something from God, right? It's like these new capabilities and these new teachings and these new ways, and that didn't fit into their box. So yeah, quite a few cast against me there. But yeah, so that was something I experienced, something worked for me, something I wanted to share with others, but it was like a lot. I got a lot of grief from others for sharing that, and they either didn't want to know it, or I don't know. Where are we going here? It was like this. There was like a message coming through, and that came to mind. So I was sharing that story, thinking that spirit, there was a purpose for me sharing that. Yeah, have some more water. Tea tree. Yeah, I put that. Oh no, I didn't. I made a homemade deodorant the other day, and I wanted to put tea tree in it, but I couldn't find it. But what I put in was On Guard, because I haven't got the On Guard bottle here, because it's really great for the immune system. And if you're putting it here, like near your lymphatic and all that sort of system, I was like, yeah, On Guard, because it's the protective blend too. Winter's coming up. It's got clove. It's got, those really good oils in it for protection. And then I put lemongrass and lavender. And what was the other thing I did? Geranium. Yeah, Terra Armor. Yeah, Terra Armor. But in America, it's something different. I think it's. Monique, are you in Australia? Yeah, Terra Armor. But it's like the insect repellent type thing. But I was guided. And that's something too that I'll share with my members in the inner circle, is a chart where we connect. We use the sway test, or we use our choice of our testing method of choice, and we connect and we ask our body, we ask spirit, we get a yes or a no answer. Anyway, so losing it again. But there's something that spirit wanted to say, and it's in relation to the sway test and the muscle testing. Okay, now they're showing me the red band. So right now, beings can only get access to a very small portion of the truth. This is why you can't ask those big questions, or those questions about the future and all that sort of stuff when you're sway testing. It's very important just to be in the now and ask about things in the now moment, in relation to your health and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments who does sway testing, if anyone wants to know more about that, because I do want to create some sort of content support for beings to teach them how to do this, because this is the most important thing that they need to do. But sway testing, muscle testing, divination, kinesiology, it's all very, very, very limited because of all these emotions, these entities, these galactic energies, these dark force energies, these demonic energies, all these different things that are between you right now in this moment and the source. Okay, so there's so much blocking you from actually getting 100% truth and accuracy. So sometimes you'll get answers, or even like if you're not even doing some sort of form of sway testing and you're asking spirit, or like, sorry, Shane, I'm going to use it for an example, like, oh, what do I need to do? And hey, trust yourself 100%. Like, that's what you've been guided to do. That's what you do. All right. But what I'm saying is, Shane, you're in the membership now. So just if you're getting that, just go with your inner guide and do what you're guided to do. All right, I'm just using you for an example. And I'm sorry, but I am. But it's just like, you may ask something and you may get a answer, but it's not coming from the light, because the light is so scattered and shattered that it's not 100% clarity. Another example, I was thinking of myself. I just freaking lost it. Hang on. So I was thinking about myself, and like in relation to food. Yeah, in relation to food. Should I have this Big Mac? Let's just say that. Does my body want a quarter pounder with cheese? Right? It's like, yes. It's like, okay, my body said yes. I'm going to get a quarter pounder. Do you know how many times I've done that? Like, and my body said yes. But it's like things within my field like making me want that. So of course I'm going to say yes. It's not for my highest good, but I'm asking a question and my body's saying yes, because there's things in my field that are leading me astray, right? Do you know what I mean? So many times I've done that and I've got that answer, and now I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go and get a Big Mac. And I know And I know that that's not serving my highest good, but in that moment in time, that's what I'm freaking craving, because there's darkness in my field that is leading me astray, and it's making me have that bad behavior, if you know what I mean. So I know that that's unhealthy. And Nadine, you're trying to be healthy. Why are you putting this crap into your body? Years and years ago, I stopped drinking wine. Like, I went through this, right? I went through this when I was working with the demons, when I was like, it was like it was an 8-month, 8, 9, 10-month, where I was working, and there was a lot of demons in my field that, I'm building this program to be able to release these things on autopilot. So there was a lot of darkness, a lot of distraction, a lot of deception still in my field, because it's things that I haven't mastered yet, right? I didn't command those guys then. So I started wanting to have a glass of red wine every night. I had to have a glass of red wine every night, just to chill out, just to relax. Does my body should I have red wine? Yep. Okay. So it's just like, but we know that these things aren't really serving us, but we do these things because these things are embodied within us. Right? Sorry to burst your bubble, guy, but you are a house of demons, right? So it's just a matter of knowing the truth and knowing there is a way now to be free of those frequencies, but it takes a lot of healing and using that mind power, using that art of discernment, and that willpower, something that I lack. But just knowing that, when we do talk about sway testing, when we do talk about all that sort of stuff, because you guys have not yet mastered this journey, this ascended master's journey, there is a lot that can interfere, a lot of interference. And there's a lot of things that are giving you deceptive answers. So again, this is another way that where spirit exercises us in this art of discernment, and just asking questions and getting answers, but also exercising your intuition, because I'm getting this answer from my body. Yes, I want a red wine, but I know that that's not good for my body. And after quite some time of like working at healing that issue, because I didn't like being a slave to having a red wine every night. And when I, healed and received all my lessons and got those buggers out of my field, I had a bit more wiggle room to do what I know is right, a bit more willpower, right, to be able to release that habit that I had that I didn't like. I don't like habits. I still have plenty of habits in relation to food and stuff like that. Oh God, I made some homemade bread yesterday. It's like, no, don't make this, Nadine. It's like my grandmother used to make these curry rolls. So she'd make this curry mixture, and then she'd make fresh bread roll, like make the dough, and then she'd like wrap the curry in the roll, make a long roll, and put sesame seeds on it. And so I made some of them, and then I made some little dinner rolls. And I'm like, making it, Nadine, you shouldn't be making this. Your body doesn't react good to bread. But then there's that devil on the shoulder, like, yeah, have some bread. So I'm not perfect, and I'm still, this is it. This is about us working on ourselves, using the darkness, using everything that comes up against us to be able to free ourselves. And these things have to come against us so we can push. So if you're not going to push, if you're just going to go, I'm just going to, yeah, I'm just going to, like most people, like the majority of people are just stuck in stagnation, just running off all these just programs. Oh, thank you, El Chem man. But yeah, to protect yourself during sleep, there's a lot of spiritual lessons that will come through in your sleep as well. So, little things like that can be cool, but not, yeah. When there's things that need to be addressed and lessons that need to be seen, these I've had so many astral attacks, and these astral attacks the next day, I don't just think, oh, I've had a bad dream. I mean, I used to many years ago. It's like, oh, I had a nightmare. Oh, what did that mean? Right. Eh. But now because I'm constantly working with spirit, like I'm working around the clock on this journey. So when I sleep, there's a lot of things that I do in the astral realm. So when I have particularly bad dreams, there is a lot of darkness within the field that I need to address. And through these dark dreams, these nightmares, there's always symbols. And when you wake up, they're quite vivid, and they're quite, like, you just remember like certain things. And those certain things are so powerful for our growth. So beings in the inner circle, take note of that. And really, if that happens to you, like the next day, just input it into your record, and and those symbols that come up, and let your mind drift. So when you're thinking about the symbolism that comes through, or the themes in that dream and stuff like that, just let your mind wander and just explore things and see what comes up and input that. The symbols themselves, but then what comes from that, because we are the one eternal mind. This is how we return home to the one, to source, is through conscious, such an important aspect of our mind, that unconscious coming to light. So because the one eternal mind, okay, and it's all about this consciousness, okay, and they just keep, okay, say mind. And that three aspect, if we look at three, that is a very important number for consciousness. That is the symbol for consciousness, three. It is the mother, the father, the child, the three aspects of the one, the Holy Spirit, and of mind as well. So we've got the subconscious, the unconscious, and the conscious. Okay, so it's such an important thing that we use our mind and we explore with our mind, and we use everything in our internal, external, our dreams, to be able to unlock our spiritual lessons. Because and going back to the bad dreams, when we have these astral attacks, when we have these spiritual attacks, and thank you for bringing that up, because the in our dreams, like, there's so much stuff, that golden stuff that comes through, but in a really difficult, dark manner. So these spiritual attacks, any spiritual attacks that we have, is pushing us to grow. It's pushing us to evolve. And if we don't do that, if we just stay stagnant and just like don't explore that mental realm, don't explore, because we are frequency, we are wave, we are a monad, we are mind, right? We are soul. These symbols come through in order for us to grow. This darkness comes through in order to push us to grow. It's, yeah. Oh, okay, you've microdosed shrooms. Never done that. See, I've had to be very like, that's why I even gave up the alcohol, because I just had to not have any other external interferences. There was a time where at the same time with those demons, at some stage, not the same time as the wine, because I wasn't drinking wine at all. So it must have been another year when I was working with the demons and they came into my field, and I'd have a little joint, like my ex kept giving me these joints, and I'm like, oh yeah. And they were like, expand my mind. But then it was very damning as well. So Spirit wanted me to experience that and see how damning the use of external things can be, because we become reliant on them. And we need to do this in an organic way, a natural way of growth, not just like 0 to 100 and just going straight into the. But this is it. Everyone has their own unique ways. I have my way, and the way that Spirit teaches me and has taught me through all these different vices, still struggling with the food thing, and you will have the same thing. So you're guided to that, and you're going to unlock spiritual lessons through that. As long as we're not reliant on certain things. And that was the thing that Spirit really wanted me to see, like even with the coffee, like how I've given that up for 2 weeks. It's just like, don't be reliant on things, because you are all you need, right? You are all you need. You are this powerful being. You are a creator. You create all this stuff, right? So why are you being a slave to certain things? I'm not saying that you are. I'm just looking at things from all different angles. Telepathy and telekinesis. Oh, that'd be fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I haven't like got a spoon and like tried to like do stuff. Like, yeah, definitely. And this is it. There's all these things that we can explore and have fun with, and like, yeah, I've tried to bend spoons and stuff. Or not bend spoons and stuff, but like move something, like put it there and like move it, like with my mind. But this is it. This is all these different things that we get to explore. It's so fun. And these things sound cool and they are fun, but the funny thing is that you may want this and Spirit's like, that's not on your path at all. Like, that's not, just like when back in the day where I used to like compare myself to others, and they're really cool. I wish I could be like that. I wish I could do that, and but that wasn't at all what Spirit had planned for me, what I was meant to do on this life. And no matter how hard I tried, I pushed, and it just wasn't happening for me. They're bringing up where I used to go to this psychic circle. Didn't go for very long, but we do things like looking at auras and doing the thing where you feel things and get the energies and different things like that, exercises. And there was a couple of girls and they were really psychic. They were really, really good. And I'm like, oh, why can't I be like that? Why can't I do that? Why can't I be like, why, So, and as long as I was because I was fixated on wanting that particular gift, I was ignoring all of mine. So just be in the now, be present, do the healing, and your spiritual self will share with you your truth. You will embody more truth by healing, releasing the deception. Your truth, your gift, because not everyone's here to do what you're here to do. No one's here to do what you're here to do. You are so unique and beautiful. And that's how this new earth is going to be built, because we're all operating from different angles. Excuse me. And we're all like tuning into our gifts that we have to share. our unique gifts. So, but we need to work for it and we need to earn it. And that's just the way that it is. So now we just have the tools to be able to access those things the way that God intended. But at the end of the day, you need to make the choice, you need to choose, you need to take the action, because Spirit is not going to bless anyone who is half-assed. So do what you're guided to do. Arm yourself with a seek. Just go with the flow of where Spirit guides you. But come here every single week, but just explore this realm. Okay, explore your realm, and meet here every week, and we'll just connect and get the latest from the source. Because I want everyone to do what I've done and uncover their gifts and know I'm still uncovering like my mission, how I serve, and like Spirit's thrown another spanner in the works. It's like, okay, now you're doing sessions, but has to be a member because I have to be a part of this frequency. Battling a lot of, issues with worth and self-worth and stuff like that. I'm still doing that. And I have a lot of coding to do. So I'm hoping that a lot of these spiritual attacks and this darkness will be alleviated for myself and for my collective that I'm healing for. Because we need to keep moving forward, and we need to share this information so more can anchor it. We need to share this so beings find the inner circle, they access these healing tools, they begin to heal and release like they've never released and healed before, and in doing so clearing so much darkness and density so they can anchor so much light so our collective can grow and expand, because this is the building heaven on earth. That's just what we're here to do. And it takes everyone from all their unique angles and going with truth and authenticity to themselves. So don't just think, oh, Nadine said I had to join the inner circle, so I have to do that. Do what you're guided to do. Okay, Spirit will give you the nudge if you're meant to or not, because you'll have a childlike curiosity. You can come and check it out and then leave, like whatever. But if it's not meant for you, you'll fall out of alignment quite quickly. What I found was on this journey, I've seen there was a couple of people that came into the membership, and they were very, what would you say it, like very ego and very in their, I was like, I don't think you're a good fit for this. I didn't say that, but I was like, I just wonder how this plays out, because I don't think they're a good fit because of a certain characteristics that I noticed. And they didn't last long because they weren't the right fit for the group. They weren't open. They were more doing it for an ulterior motive, I feel. That could have been a part of it. Just want to see what's going on in here, What are they doing in there, huh? Like a little bit of I wonder what they're doing in there. Like, I really want to learn. I really want to, do this. Like, I really want to learn how to heal. More like what's going on in there? Like a sticky beak type thing, energy. You know what I mean? And so I'm here to support those beings that want to grow. And if you're not meant for the membership, you'll fall out of alignment with it. And you definitely will fall out of alignment with it if you refuse to do the inner work. Like, if you think you can walk through that portal and just get healing from myself and my collective and not do anything. You know what I mean? So we want the light warriors. We want the beings, the seekers, the ones that push, the ones that want to know, the ones that want to question. Like, a couple of times we've had people post comments, and that's really opened up something to me where I've explored that, and we've expanded as a collective. You know what I mean? So Yeah. So maybe next time, David, but beings in the inner circle learn about coding, inputting. They receive, they write down write down the input from spirit. Yeah, so it's not gematria. Gematria, yeah, gematria is a part of that old world system. It's cool, but it's can be very deceptive. Really, Karen, you've been kicked off a couple of times from the YouTube, and Monique's audio went out. Yeah, so understanding ourselves and why we suffer these things, El Chanman, that's why we heal, and that's the gift that I want to share with those beings that join us on this journey. Is how to understand or use these things for our evolution. That's what it's all about. All these things these symptoms, what we suffer, these behaviors, these habits, they're all there for our spiritual growth and evolution. They're there to push us. So it's amazing that you're here and that you're questioning that sort of stuff, because this is all about awareness. I love it. This spiritual awareness. It's amazing. All right, I'm going to get going now. It was so amazing that you all joined us here live. Please do share this post on your socials, in spiritual groups. We want to push this knowledge out there. The beginning of this live stream was very freaking frustrating. Can't even talk. I need some water. You know, this is what this time is all about. Everyday, authentic people catching up, questioning, dissecting reality, trying to understand who they are and why they do the things that they do, getting deeper clarity, knowing thyself. That is where it begins and where it ends, knowing yourself, because the more you know about yourself, the closer you come to God and connection with that source. So that's the way we do things. That's the way it's done. That's the way to Christ. This all one frequency is knowing who you are, healing yourself to unlock your gifts. Questioning, pushing, just right. And I love each and every one of you so very, very much. And I'm so grateful you are here. Like, this is the beginning of history in the making, where this is just all going to be written about. It's all going to be written about. It's like, it's what's that thing? The meek inherit the earth. Like, I don't like that, because I think meek. I like the quiet achievers. The quiet achievers inherit the earth. The being, because we are this. That's what we are. We are one. We are eternal. And by us healing ourselves and knowing ourselves, we shift that external reality. This is a part of we are here to freaking awaken humanity. The more we awaken to ourselves, the more those on the external will awaken or fall away. Stop bugging you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Karen. All right. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love yous, and see you again next week. I'm hoping I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after doing all this coding that I have to do, all this healing. And anyway, time will tell. All right. Love yous. Bye.